Good afternoon everybody. A treat in store for you all today. First time that I will have done a video with myself in the video. So it's a bit of a treat. I hope you're all are well and you're enjoying Christmas Day. My Christmas Day is fairly quiet, to be fair. Wife was working last night, she's a carer, and she's sleeping, and she's working again tonight unfortunately. So we'll wake her up sometime in the mid-afternoon for dinner. I'll be cooking dinner just shortly, getting things prepared. So I just decided to do a small Christmas video for you guys, and to wish everybody all the very best for today. And of course we're looking forward to a better year of 2023, and we hope that everybody will be enjoying their hobbies, whether it's amateur radio, whether it's vintage radio and TV, or whatever. Maybe even golf. Maybe we might have some golfers here, who knows. But I just decided to come out and just do this video. So I hope everybody can watch this and then see who it is, the face behind the camera, as they say. You might think I'm quite one of these quiet people, but I've just never really thought about putting my ugly mug on YouTube. But I think we've had to make the effort this time and do that. Yeah, well, there we are. We've cut down a bit on the vintage radio recently. I'm trying to concentrate more on amateur radio now. Became an amateur February of 2021 and passed my foundation license then. First radio I had was a little Bofeng handheld. I think most people start off with that, and then I managed to purchase an ICOM IC706, quite a nice little radio actually. Unfortunately, finances meant that I had to sell the radio on, but things have improved since then, and I have got a reasonable shack. I wouldn't say it's the best. This shed was made for me many years ago in 2006. It stood the test of time fairly well. It was put up in a hurry. It was never lined properly for to keep the cold out and the heat out. We were in the middle of a move at the time, so unfortunately at that time that it was not possible for me to get the things done in the shed that I really wanted to do. So stuff got put in. I used to have a business, so a lot of the stuff from the business came here. I mean, these shelves here all came from the business, as did all these racks with the components in it, etc. All this stuff came in, and it had to be put in. They had no other option. So I wasn't able to line in behind here, the walls, etc. So this side was a bit different. This side has got a little bit of carpeting, believe it or not, on the walls here and there, just to to give it a wee bit of soundproofing, etc., heat proofing. But unfortunately, no. You'll notice that the display is the wrong way around. This is on the mirror, I'm afraid. So everything's the wrong way around, and I don't know how to change it on the phone. So unfortunately, my face is the wrong way around as well. One of these things, guys, you have to put up with it. The bench, I mean, the bench came from the business, so unfortunately it's as it was. So the majority of my tellies, I'm afraid, I have disposed of. There are ones I'm keeping. I've still got the Frankenstein Bush TV 22. I could be doing with that away. I'm not wanting a little for it. I want a decent money for it, because that set is very, very special indeed. I spent a lot of time getting that set to the way I wanted it to be and the way I want it to work. So and I have to say, the money from it will go and fund something else. It's not to stick in the pocket, because that's not how I work. I can only buy things when I'm able to sell something. That's how I work now. So there you go. So we're left with the 310, we're left with the V4. We've got some Russian TVs. I've got a Reuben, a Russian Reuben, which is quite a rarity here in the UK. I have a VT4, I have a TVET, I have the wee obligatory Sony 990s and the Perdio Portorama, etc. An Edison radio, one or two other Pilot, etc. But all the rest have now gone. They have gone all to genuine good homes and collectors. They have not been sold off for huge amounts of profit, etc, etc, but they have gone to genuine people, and that's it. Only to people that will look after them, will use them, will repair them when necessary, and so on. They have not gone to people that have no technical background that would smash them up. They have gone to technical people only, and people that I trust. So that is important, that they have gone to good homes. But the ones that are left are the ones I'm keeping. I haven't so much given up on it completely, but I have. It's now very much a secondary or third interest to me. I'm still interested in generating 405 lines from the PC, which I think is very important that we do this, as we know that the chip situation will be such that we will no doubt lose the ability to do standards conversion. So the ATI Radeon XT 2400 card is available on eBay, anything between £5 and £15 for a card. Stock up on them, because they do it well. There might be others that do it. I'm not sure about that, but that's the ones I have. I have a couple of them that I keep, and that's what I do with the computer. I generate the 405 lines that way, and we fed it in through different modulators. I have the homemade rod pentode one that does channel 1, and also one that was a broadcast quality modulator. Might be able to show you here. It's sitting up on the shelf. I don't know how well it will show up. Let's see, move over a bit there. It's sitting there, that's it. Again, it's the wrong way around. Don't forget we're looking at a mirror image. Unfortunately, I'm sorry about that. So that's it. So that supplies channel 11, both sound and vision, very high quality. I do have one that I was looking at from Stephen Evans. It's here. It's actually in a bag. I'm going to give him it back. It needs to go back to him. I don't know what's wrong with it. I've tried everything for it to get it going. Both crystals were corroded, unfortunately. Both I didn't realise they were. It was only when I made up my own rod pentode one that it wouldn't run on the and that the crystals just would not work. So I then discovered, well, obviously the problem there is it's the crystals, and of course I put other crystals in it, didn't I, and it still didn't work. So unfortunately I think it's got multi-faults. It seems to have got corroded. You know, some of the transistors that were in it are a bit kind of rough looking, so it may have been lying around too long. I'll just send them it back as it is, but I mean, I could make up another rod pentode one. It's not going to be something I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks. I'm shortly going for an operation, so I'll be off the road for a wee while after that, I'm afraid. So that's something that is not something that I can do on the cards shortly. That might take a bit of time. So just about a wee brief resume. You've seen me for the first time. I hope you enjoy this little video, and we hope that there'll be more videos coming this coming year, all being well, and of course God willing as well. So it's all down to time and all what's going to happen in the future. I've recently bought the Yaesu FTDX10, which I bought second hand for a very good price indeed, and I have to say I'm highly impressed with that radio. I now have a spare ICOM IC718, but that's spoken for, and I'm on the swithering point about the ICOM IC7400, whether to keep it. It's indoors actually in the moment. It's inside the sideboard in my indoor shack, which is nice, It's nice and toasty in the house at times. It can be cold out here. Although I do have 2 heaters running. I've got this little vintage gas heater and this not so vintage gas heater that came from Russia. And you'll notice it's been mounted onto an alloy plinth screwed onto that. That's to make it safer, plus the fact it raises it off the ground a little bit and the floor doesn't get too warm, because it did. There's a lot of radiated heat getting onto the floor from that. So plus the fact the alloy casing reflects the heat off as well, so that stays fairly cool actually, so that's good. What I normally do is I put both heaters on to start with, and I'll turn the big one off. I've got a double gas tap on the floor, so it turns off the big heater once the place has got to an acceptable level. At the moment it's 11.6 degrees in here, although it does feel warmer than that, I have to say, as the heat circulates. In fact, you'll see there's a small fan heater there. What I actually do is I put that on the fan only behind it, and that blows the warmth round about the convection better than it does at the moment, because as you can appreciate, the heat is rising from this, and up here the ceiling is warm. No, we don't want the ceiling to be warm, do we? We want the room to be warm. So that's the idea of blowing that around. So there you go. That's it today, guys. I know you'll all be itching to watch the King's speech, because it'll be his first one, and you'll be itching to have your Christmas dinner and all the other things that you're going to do. So I hope and pray you have a lovely day, and we hope too that we see each other in the new year at some point. So this is my Christmas message to you. May God be with you, and may you be happy in everything you do. So take care, guys. If you don't subscribe to this channel, please do so, and press the notification bell for further new videos that come along. And always put your comments in the comments box. I'll take them on board if I say things that people don't like. I will also take on board suggestions, which also so long as it's within my beliefs, etc., I will do them. So thank you, and we'll catch up soon. All the very best, and have a good new year. Bye now.